introduce yourselves and introduce what your product is and how you came about that product.
My name's Sara. I am the founder of Wildflower Jewelry. So it's a jewelry that we sell that's water safe or waterproof. So it's something that you can wear in the beach, you could wear it in a pool, the spa. You can also go into like a sauna. It's just so that people can wear this jewelry and really basically don't have to take it off. So that's where the jewelry idea came from. About the name actually came from my grandmother was passionate about flowers and instilled that in me, and then I'm just wild. I went with Wildflower, and then we changed the I to a Y just to make it a bit more unique. So that's where the Wildflower came from. I still do, I sell it in a shop. That's where it first started. And then I was like, why does it have to just be in a shop? Why can't everybody have this? So then the online came into it, and then I was like, oh boy, there's a lot of social media stuff I have no idea about. And it's like, Cammy, come on board. So this is where Cammy came from.
I had my own business about 6 years ago on social media, and then I had my third child at the time and just steered away. It was too busy. It was basically either stop or get bigger. So I stopped. And then he was one, and then I started influencing. I love social media. I love working with it. I love figuring it out. Just helping Sara and help get the business up off its feet.
And now she has 4 kids. When I started to do the whole Shopify and doing it online, then because Cammy has that experience, she's now come on board, and so we're a team now and we're just working from there.
What made you want to join eCom Capital and get our help?
At the start, because I had no idea what to do with online business or a shop, you know, the whole Googling thing. And then a lot of different companies popped up to like, oh, we can help you build your company. And then Sasha popped up one day. It was just more that he just seemed natural and honest and genuine about what he was saying and his passion for it too.
His drive.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, this guy actually seems like he's legit, you know, because there's a lot of things you just don't know these days. Yeah. So then I just put in an inquiry, and then I got a call from one of, I think it was Harry at the time. And then from Harry it went to Emmett.
Yeah.
And then it took probably a month though for me to actually come on board. I didn't have a lot of support from family. And then it was just trying to understand that you could get that support elsewhere. And that's when Cammy came on board. Finally rang Emmett back and I was like, okay, let's do this.
What do you think was your biggest fear? What was holding you back from actually committing and thinking, yep, I'm going to do this and I'm going to go all in?
Just failure. Just not being able to actually have a company that people would actually like to look at or buy your product. I think that was the biggest fear. It's just like, it's a very saturated field like jewelry. So I was just trying to now figure out, well, how can I stand out? And Emmett mentioned something about your hero piece. And then I was trying to think, well, what is my hero piece and why can I stand out compared to everybody else? And then that's when that gave me that little drive, like trying to figure out what it was and then how I can then give that to other people.
Since you started working with eCom Capital, what would you say has been the most beneficial thing that you've learned, you've helped with the most?
I think it's everything. So I used to obviously do a lot of content creating, but I love that the videos, I've gone in and watched them, and it is just not dumbed down for you, but it is just so basic. But the way you guys explain it and the detail you go into, you watch it and you're so inspired after you get off each video and you're like, I can do this. Let's do it.
I think too with Sasha, with his exercises, that did help because I was like, oh, okay, if I actually make this really about how I feel, how is that going to make my customer feel? Yeah. That was something that really was nice to work with. Knowing that you can sell something that you're passionate about and that it will grow.
What would you say has been your biggest success so far since working with eCom Capital?
It's only been a month that I've joined. It's still the teething of things like getting my website good. Even today with speaking to Sasha, like there's a lot on the website. I was like, oh boy, I didn't realise that.
Just a wealth of knowledge that he's got. You guys are just willing to just dig in and help anywhere that you can. To
in the community.
Yeah, and they just, I guess he just wants to see everyone succeed.
For us, I felt like, because we had nothing at the start, it's even like one of the steps was about finding a good supplier. So I do Alibaba. I went through quite a few, but now just doing the steps that was in the eCom capital, like you can go, okay, now I know that this company through that Alibaba I can trust and I can work with them, and now they're like, oh hey, like because your work coming through us with pretty much all your purchases, we'll give you a better price now. That's helped a bit too, just knowing that you can go, okay, I'm on the right path. And it is true, like the sales haven't started yet, but it is about, okay, getting the website right. The ads now, that's the big thing. Like we had 2 ads and they were like little, and then Sasha's like, are you serious 2?
Yeah.
I'm like, well, that sounds good. I don't know what to do. Yeah. So now we need to ramp that up and hope for the best, I guess, and just keep working with what the workshop is and
using the tools and research and everything. So
What would you say is the one thing you're most looking forward to in the future with working with eCom Capital?
what really stands out is just having that support, knowing that you've always got them to lean back on to help you to grow.
Even if it becomes quite a successful brand, you've still got those tools. I think you can always better yourself. So still go back, re-watch things, go over it again, find detail, having all that support there, and
What would your piece of advice be for similar positions to you guys out there thinking, oh, do I sign up and work with eCom Capital? Do I start my own brand? What would your main piece of advice be to those people?
I think that something that we've always been taught is never stop learning. Research. You may be scared to spend the money, but in actual fact, you got to spend the money to make the money. There's so many tools and resources that you can't find on the internet or in the one place. Invest. Do it. Do it for yourself, for your business.
For me, like I went the Nurture program, and then listening to everybody in there today, I was like, maybe I should have been to the mastermind. There's so much more support I saw with that, but at the same time, because Cammy's so familiar with social media, we can continue on. You still have the support with the Nurture program, but then I was like, maybe the other program is a little bit
sometimes people do start with that Nurture because they're unsure of the level of support and things, and I mean, we often do get a lot of clients that in similar positions, but then they see that benefit of the mastermind, and it's like, is it worth sticking to Nurture for a little while and seeing, but then once you've committed to mastermind, you see that whole other growth and that other side of things.